Clips.
Man's gotta do what a man's gotta do. People say it, so it's true. And if they diss me, I'll fucking sue. Man's gotta do what a man's gotta do. Man's gotta do what a man's gotta do. People say it, so it's true. And if they diss me, I'll fucking sue. Man's gotta do what a man's gotta do.
Clips.
Alrighty, YouTube's another one of Kips Clips, and welcome to the World Info News on Monday to Friday here every 1 o'clock. If the sun isn't shining, I can get not shining, and I can get an excuse to get out on my bike. So welcome. Hopefully you all had a good weekend. Chilled out, blew off some steam and relaxed, and reminded yourself it isn't all shite. It isn't all shite, although if you follow bad habits and practices, it can appear that way. Because rather than putting your head in the sand like an ostrich, you put your head up somebody's arsehole and you're just covered in shite 24/7. So you're best popping your head out people's arseholes every now and again and taking a look around and see what's actually happening in the world. So welcome one and all. Hopefully you had a good weekend. If you appreciate the World Info News, thumbs it up, share it with your friends, family, foes. If you get any value and appreciate any of the bullcrap I do, the live streams, the shows, Patreon and PayPal buttons down below. It's digital busking, everything's available free of charge, and if you value it, get any value from it, and you get spare change, not your life savings, consider using the Patreon and PayPal buttons down below. Mega thanks to everybody that has. So we've got the Grenfell F.E.A.R. Whitewash inquiry happening. It's just my opinion of it. I'll go into it in a wee second. In fact, it's quite easy. I'll explain it. You'll go onto my channel, look for the video, put in Grenfell, and you'll see a video called something along the lines, Grenfell, who's really to blame? And it's us, it's me, us as a collective. You get the government you vote for, you get the system you put up with, the laws that exist are the ones that we tolerate and do fuck all about. So, through corporations having a monopoly on the big PR companies and media, they brainwash us into not knowing that we stay under corporate fascism. The system that we live under is people before profit. There's a word that I want to say right now, and I told myself I wouldn't say it, but that thing that happened down south with idiots spending a lot of money on shite, I don't even blame them. Who do you blame? Who do you blame for allowing a country and a system to exist where royals are... said fuck word! But anyway, scum fucks are bouncing about in fucking golden carriages while other people are staying in big fucking hamster cages, slave pens laid up on each other, tower blocks that you used to think only existed in the Soviet Union during the Cold War because that's the fucking pictures they showed you. Not pointing out that Glasgow, for example, high-rise capital of Europe at one point. Woohoo, bitches! More fucking minging and fucking Soviet-like than the Soviet Union. But anyway, I digress. So we stay and we accept, we use everybody who consents to this system through the process of voting or through the process of not being aware that either being quiet, not withdrawing your consent is aka consenting to the system. Then it's our fault. Grenfell's our fault. The royal wedding's our fault. It's the fault people aren't intellectually standing up and fighting back against this shit, taking our ball back, and not allowing these inequalities to exist. How can you stay in a country with food banks and a country where a woman that wears a golden fucking hat? I mean, these are imbalances don't sit nice with me, well with me. Anyway, I'm going to do this as quickly as I can because I want to see if the BBC's down outside my building, and I'm going to go and try and see if I can get on the afternoon news. So I'll do this quickly, believe it or not. This is me doing it quickly. So let's go and bounce over at the BBC's, and I'll say hi to everybody in a wee second.
21 Scotland. Now the BBC News at 1 with Ben Brown, and
sure.
reporting Scotland with Anne.
Guys in the wheelchairs are out, you know the news is coming.
Almost 1 year on from the Grenfell Tower fire, the public inquiry opens into the disaster that killed 72 people.
Who's running this public inquiry? The government.
Bereaved relatives have been remembering the victims, including a baby stillborn after his parents escaped the blaze.
He looked like he was just sleeping.
God almighty, man. Then he'd look what? Almost. What? How can you get better than a dead baby? A fucking surviving fetus? I mean, like...
We'll have a full report on the emotional and poignant tributes
We'll have a full report on the fetus.
paid to the victims of the Grenfell fire. Also this lunchtime, big changes to train timetables in many parts of England cause more disruption for passengers this morning.
Oh, God, dear me.
People in
the
Hawaii
trains.
face a new hazard
Hawaii.
from volcanoes
Hawaii.
erupted
Hawaii.
there. Lava
Hawaii.
reaching the sea sends up clouds of noxious gas. Remembering 8-year-old Safi Roussos just before the anniversary of the Manchester Arena attack, her father calls for a
Does anybody notice a distinct lack of, let's say, news?
I want to put on a concert for the world to stop.
Train times changed today and over in Hawaii with a volcano.
Listen.
And the weird and wonderful at this year's Chelsea Flower Show.
And on Reporting Scotland, supporting rather than penalising drug users, radical recommendations on how to tackle drug abuse. And as the anniversary of the Manchester bombing approaches, we hear how an Edinburgh woman is still struggling to cope.
Bastard. I thought they would be down live in the scene. Right, anyway, I'm going to quickly say hi to the folks in the chat room. Roberto Carlos, Anon, Mouse and Rick, how he's doing, gents? Hopefully he's had a good weekend. I want to bounce. I want to have a wee look and see what's happening. 9-man shot at an attempted murder. So how can the BBC's not be doing there? They must not have enough information yet. 27-year-old man was shot as he sat in a car outside a block of flats in the Scotstoun area of Glasgow. It's exact same MO, isn't it? It's a hit, man. It's a hit. Police said another car pulled up beside him in Kingsway Court about 6:30 Sunday. The occupants of the car to start a firearm, narrowly missing him. That's the car that they've took away then, not the one that's down there. Strange. The victim drove off, crashing his car a short distance away. That will be the blue one. Right, hold on, let me get it. The victim drove off, crashing his car. Right, so that's the car of the guy that gets shot. That! Go and watch my... Oh, fuck, I wonder if it's on the stream. I actually told the guy to go and take a picture of that. That was the BBC guy going down. But, I'm not even shitting you, I did. Right, so outside the car, somebody hit him. That's the car that he was sitting in. What do you say about somebody that drives about in a car like that? No advertising shit, is he? Treating the incident as attempted murder and have appealed for witnesses to come forward. Said the abhorrent individuals discharged a firearm in a busy residential area, showing complete and utter disregard for safety and members of the public. We believe the attack was specifically targeted at the victim, and additional patrols will be in your area to provide reassurance to the local community. The surrounding area would have been busy at the time, and it is absolutely vital that anyone who saw fucking cameras around here fucking everywhere, man. I'm going to see fucking everything bagged and tagged as they come in this fucking wee bit. But anyway, so I'm going to quickly do the BBC's and then batter down there and see if they are going to do a live.
The fire at Grenfell Tower.
Right, again, you can go and listen to this emotional... All they're doing is playing your heartstrings, pulling at your ovaries and tickling your testicles, dripping some dead people's fucking bodies, sometimes even a fetus. Oh, look at him, look at her. These poor people have died, been victims of fucking corporate fascism. And what did the corporate fascism fucking media do? Whitewash. Nobody actually addresses the real fucking point here. There are... That building was clearly never fit for fucking human beings to live in. Go and look at the area of London it's actually in. I mean, who's to blame? Us. Us. Theresa May's not to blame. The Labour's not to blame. Conservatives are not to blame. I'm assuming those tower blocks... A lot of those tower blocks were built in the late 60s and during the 70s, right? Maybe wrongly, I'm going to assume that's when those tower blocks were built. Go and look at the government that was in place then. 70s, was that the fucking winter of discontent and all that shit, right? Now, it's regardless if it was Labour, Conservatives, Lib Dems, or the fucking monster raving fucking lunatic party that was in, right? The system that allows a system which is meant to, like a system of government which is meant to look after other people, which allows inadequate fucking housing to exist, not only exist, to continue to exist. We spend billions on fucking killing people abroad. We spend billions on the royal family. Millions of money wasted. And yet somehow, some way, nobody addresses the fact that we stay in a corporate fascist society. So if the government can justify taking £1 of tax off you, that £1 of tax doesn't directly go into services. Between you paying that pound and whoever delivering the services, because it certainly ain't the government in a corporate fascist world, there's about a million and one Lord Farquhars. In fact, how many lords are there in the House of Lords? How many parliamentarians in there? How many private fucking how many private corporations leeching off of the public purse are in there? And every step along the way, there's a private fucking Count Dracula sucking off that £1 of your money that you're paying because you think, oh, it's good. I want to provide fucking housing for the citizens of the UK. I want to provide healthcare. Aye, we're all in it together. Look, how can we let our brothers and sisters not have a decent standard of living around us? So to address the fact that we stay at the system is to blame for this. The system which allows these companies to operate with clearly unsafe building regulations. A block of flats with one fire exit. A block of flats coated in flammable material because it was cheaper than the fucking opposing material. Cost benefit analysis, people before profit. You can throw around all these terms you want. Corporate fascism. Tommy Robinson, I think, has been reading a dictionary. He's going about, it's fascist, it's fascist. But again, all these terms and the ways of explaining these terms have been passed down to us from other people trying to manipulate people into political left-right arguments, right? So it's very hard to actually explain what's happening here. We are to blame. The public, the people that put up with the royal parliament, the parliamentary, the constitutional monarchy that we have, whatever system, however they fucking manipulate the words into thinking that you've got an option. We have no option at the voting booth to get rid of the royal family. We have no genuine Republican parties that would deliver that at the voting booth. The system is self-serving. Stop feeding. Look, train times. You angry yet? Oh, Grenfell, now your fucking trains. Oh, you angry yet? Again, corporate fascism, profit before people. Your tax money, building the infrastructure, private entities coming, running it down to ground, making billions of profit off it, then getting you to buy it back build the infrastructure back again, and the whole cycle will start again. There's your left, right, double barrel fucking bullshit. And it's a waste of time even talking about it. So, in this Grenfell whitewash bullshit, all they're going to do is drop fucking tragedies in front of you and blame the left, blame the right. Whose fault was it? Whitewash bullshit. It's our fault collectively as a country that is continuously put up with this system of shite, this system of self-serving shite holes, assholes. Continuously the left, right, double barrel bullshit, democracy scam, thinking you have a choice when ultimately you don't. I believe. But anyway, train times.
Today, Go Via Thameslink has acknowledged.
We don't think it's been formally refused in it, well, certainly not to our knowledge. But what is clear is that in the wake of the poisoning of the Skripals in March in Salisbury, the government did say very openly, we're going to look again at all these special visas that wealthy people get to come to the UK. For example, the type...
Yep, they're going after Abramovich, the Chelsea owner. Put in Vladimir Putin and Abramovich, and you'll see why now they're going after their money. And a lot of people for a long time have known exactly what Chelsea and Abramovich and all that is about. Match made in fucking heaven, man. It's just a Zionist fucking... Tasty, tasty. Chelsea was the ideal club for fucking Putin. The Zionist cabal's fucking man that got Putin in and the... Got rid of, got Yeltsin, he put Putin in. Abramovich was one of the main entities that greased the wheels for that. Putin's now in, and Abramovich is sitting down in London. That's weird, man. Like, I don't know, if Tommy Robinson was from London, he would support Chelsea. If Tommy Robinson was from Glasgow, he'd support Rangers. Anyway, I digress.
Accused of being political and in conducting summary justice.
In some cases, they are merging together, eating away at the surface.
Volcano went
what
off.
was green. It's already destroyed.
Accusation of spreading propaganda against the state. Now, interestingly, that's pretty much the same wording that was being levelled against her when Nazanin Zaghari-Ratcliffe appeared in court back in October. That case seemed to go into suspension after Boris Johnson, following his gaffe in front of a parliamentary committee, got very much involved. Of course, he went to Tehran in December, and the case seemed to kind of peter out. Now it seems we're back where we were back in October with this 200-page file and this accusation of spreading propaganda against the state. Nazanin only got a brief glimpse of the file. Very hard to know exactly what's in it. Her lawyer was not present. But she was allowed to make a statement, and I'll just quote you a couple of lines. She said, "I have never been involved in overthrowing the regime," which was part of the initial accusation against her. "I do think the government here needs to reform, but I have never been involved in any attempts to change that regime."
But there was, for her, one positive development over the weekend.
The British spy, that isn't a spy because the BBC told you, that was caught in Iran doing spy shit, educating kids against the state, wanting to overthrow the state but never done anything about overthrowing the state, but now admittedly Boris Johnson said she was a spy, then she wasn't a spy, then she was she's a fucking spy. Remember those 3 people that got took out in North Korea? The Western media couldn't even go, there's fucking spies, all religious fucking bumpkins sent in there with churches. Anyway, I digress. Iran.
Well, the time is 90 minutes past 1. Our top...
It's pretty much the end of all the...
story this lunchtime. Almost 1 year on from the Grenfell Tower fire, the public inquiry opens into the disaster that killed 72 people.
Well, we're here on the first day of the Chelsea Flower Show. There are so many beautiful gardens here, and we'll be bringing you a bit more and a flavour of the show later in the programme.
Coming up on Reporting Scotland, an advisor to the Scottish Government says a new substance misuse strategy should consider legalising certain drugs in a controlled manner. And plans for the first rocket launch dedicated to a Scottish satellite built in Glasgow.
Doesn't look like
Tomorrow marks 1 year since 22 people were killed by a suicide bomber at an Ariana Grande concert at the Manchester Arena. 8-year-old Safi Roussos was the youngest victim of the attack. Well, as the anniversary of her death approaches, her father has told the BBC that he wants to commemorate her life by holding a concert this summer to raise money for potential future victims of terror. There is currently no state funding for terror victims. Our correspondent Judith Moritz has been hearing from Safi's father, Andrew Roussos.
Losing your 8-year-old child has changed life forever. It'll never be okay again.
Man, BBC have just 5-star symphony players of heartstrings, that is for sure.
Red. Not feeling Safi's touch, not feeling...
Oh dearie me. Poor little girl. Anyway, thanks for joining one and all. I'm going to finish up, get on with the rest of my day. Hopefully tomorrow will be a nicer day and I might actually go in time do a wee stint from the bike and do a wee tour and whatnot. That might be a good idea. Oh my god, what the fuck, how you doing, my man? Roberto Carlos, blazing stars and on mouse. McVicker, how you doing, buddy? And Rick was in the house. So afternoon one and all. If you appreciated it, thumbs it up, share it with your friends, family, foes, help it all grow. Remember, bookmark the channel and check back and all that, because nobody gets notifications are algorithmed now. You can't just ask for notifications from the channel and get a ding. They're now actually algorithmed, so makes perfect sense. This is steering traffic. It makes perfect sense for people who want to steer traffic to do it, and Google and YouTube want to steer traffic, and they're doing it. So don't bitch, don't moan. What do I do? I've got my wee channel list up here. Set up a bookmarking. Any channel you want to go and check into regularly, or you do check in with regularly, go and do that. I've never used YouTube, believe it or not, I've never used YouTube to navigate around YouTube. And never. I've searched for channels and stuff and then subbed to them and then used my email alerts and whatnot. I just know a lot of people use their feed on YouTube and they try, like, for years I've never, ever, 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 ever used the YouTube platform to go through information, go through different things. Never. Honestly, I've never done it. I know people might think that's simple. I watch a lot of stuff on YouTube. After, like, I stayed away from recommended videos and all that stuff. I just searched out lots of channels, and if I found a channel I liked, I'd ask email alerts, and then I'd go through all my emails, all your email notifications, and that's the best way I found. So anyway, I'm going to bounce down here, and just in case the BBC Scotland's going to do a wee quick live thing from here in 10 minutes, you never know. So in the afternoon one and all. Tune in tomorrow, and I'm going to do a live stream from the bike if the weather's a wee bit better, and I'll do a wee live tour of a particular tourist spot of Glasgow, so it should be quite good fun. So if you fancy that, tune in tomorrow. Also, because you probably won't get notifications, but you'll see it's there, live photo bomb of the BBC. Let's see if it happens right enough. And it's up there, so I'm going to go and see if I can get my face on camera with the BBC's. Alright, YouTubes, thanks for listening. Catchies!
Clips, clips. Man's gotta do what a man's gotta do. People say it, so it's true. And if they diss me, I'll fucking sue. Man's gotta do what a man's gotta do. Chips Clip.